Welcome to this world premiere of Nautor Swan. Needless to say, we're very excited in revealing to you the first ever powerboat by Swan. We resisted for many years to the temptation of creating a powerboat until we realized that we could bring to this project the same values of a Swan, which is elegance, performance, innovation, and always reliability. And this is how the Swan Shadow was born. We originally conceived the Swan Shadow as a magnificent accessory to have next to a bigger cruising yacht. Thus we put so much energy in creating elements of innovation and functionality, and as the project was developing we realized that this was a very cool yacht and open to a much wider public for a modern way of doing short-term cruising and having a lot of fun. I have to say we are very proud of what we are achieving with the Swan Shadow. This boat is going to be unique. It does not resemble to anything else is on the market now, and I think this is going to be our philosophy going forward. As we have always done with Swan, we want only to create a product that can be very special, particularly consistent to the values that Nautor Swan was built on, and always very unique. I leave you now to the team that has been actively working on this project: Jarko Jansen, the designer, Roy Capasso, the project leader, and Giovanni Pomati, Nautor Swan CEO. Thank you again and enjoy the presentation.
Swan Shadow is a unique boat, totally different from any other on the market. Thanks to its multi-purpose nature, the boat can change skin anytime the owner needs. The different feature and the different setup of the deck allow the owner to make their boat bespoke on their needs. Moreover, changing the different accessories, they can dress the deck anytime in a different way, switching from a version to another one. For example, going from a fishing version, removing the fishing tools, installing simply a sunpad with thanks to the add-on system, or going, for example, from a support vessel of a racing maxi sailing boat to a luxury tender of a super yacht. And let's have a look at the main characteristic of the Swan Shadow. The boat has an overall length of 13 meters, a maximum beam of 4.3 and a draft of 0.9 meters. The hull characteristic is that it's double-stepped and deep V. The double-step hull is to give seaworthiness. To reach high performance, the boat can arrive at 55 knots. And efficiency. The most interesting thing is that this boat, around 33 knots, of course depending on the displacement, has a consumption around 3 liters per mile. It's very important to look at the deck that is totally flush with no step, only on one level. With Swan Shadow we are in front of the first double walk around. What I mean double walk around? Because besides the standard definition of it, we have a second bolt around the outboard engine that allow the access to the sea in a very easy way, very similar to what is an inboard engine, because you can walk all around the engine with a large space and then having a huge platform that can become a swimming ladder or at the meantime a passerelle. One of the strongest points of Swan Shadow is the versatility. The versatility, as already explained, is the capacity to adapt the boat to all the customer needs. But moreover, we focus the development of this project on a new feature, the limo version. The limo version makes the boat very similar to a water taxi, a Venetian water taxi, allowed to close the boat under the hardtop with solid glass. That, with the optional air conditioning, makes the boat able to cruise in any sea condition, with any weather and climate condition in any country. Due to its versatility, Swan Shadow for sure is a boat that has a huge catchment area. In fact, it's not a boat that is an age. We can start from young people that would like to have a weekend, a boat that can be used to go out in the weekend. They don't have a second house, so they go around with this boat, but they can make even a small cruise. And they have their own master cabin with a separate toilet. Of course, there is the second optional cabin can be for kids or even for friends, and for its characteristic is the perfect one. But at the meantime, can be even the boat for people that tired of the high cost management cost of a big boat. They decide to downgrade in a smaller size, but keeping the same comfort, because we have to understand that Swan Shadow has a deck of over 35 square meters. That it means that the comfort on board can match everyone's needs. But the boat, for its nature, is born to be the shadow boat, of course the chase boat of a big sailing yacht, following the boat everywhere in the sea. Things that the boat have a range of over 300 miles. And in the meantime can be the luxury tender for a super yacht, having even an extra cabin. So we can say that in that case, one boat fits all. Thank you very much.
There was a quite clear idea that they want to have some kind of tender, open boat for day cruising, of course commuting, but as we know, the Swan boats are something that are heavily used in also in the sailing things. The tender use is quite vital as well, and I think that kind of things are the core ideas what the Nautor wanted to achieve. The other aspects in there was we wanted to create something that is simple.